see. Okay, it's recording. All right. How did you wash your clothing back then?
We had a washing machine, and our washing machine was outside, and it was the wringer type. It didn't have washing machines in those days did not have spin dry or anything like that. When you washed the clothes, when they were done washing, they took them out of the washing machines, a tub. Then you had a wringer, and you put them in this wringer, and you cranked the wringer, and you cranked them through these two. You know what a wringer is?
Yes.
Okay, it went through a wringer, and you cranked it by hand, and then it squeezed all the water out. Then you hung them on a clothesline because nobody had clothes dryers.
Okay. What type of fabrics were your clothes made out of?
Oh, they were made out of mostly cotton.
All right. What kind of soap was used for washing clothes? How did its effectiveness compare to today's soaps and detergents?
Well, you had to put bleach. The soap you used in those days didn't have bleach in it, and it was just regular soap, box soap. Sometimes the women that washed the clothes, they took some stuff called lye, L-Y-E, and they added it to the soap water, and they would take and maybe scrape it with a cheese scraper, when you grate cheese, like a cheese grater.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put lye in there. But the soap today, washing soap today is much more efficient than it was then. Much more efficient.
All right. What type of profession did you want to pursue as a child, and did you follow through with those dreams, and did anything affect those dreams if something changed?
At one time when I was real young, I thought I wanted to be a doctor, but I just didn't, because I just figured I was going to end up having to work on the ranch all the time, and because I had to work all the time. Every day I worked. And so then as time went on, I figured I was just going to be a farmer or a rancher, but then I ended up being the highway patrolman that you know. I did not realize it until years later that some of my friends told me when I was young. I always talk about wanting to be in law enforcement, wanting to be an officer or a cop, but I did not remember that I did that. But I've had several different friends that didn't even know each other told me, "Oh, you did exactly what you wanted to do all your life." And I said, "Oh," and they said, "Yeah, you used to always talk about wanting to be a cop."
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I didn't know that, but what got me to that way, because when I got out of high school, I had to go to work. I wasn't able to go to college, and so then the Korean War was going on, and I was called into the Navy. And when I was in the Navy, I had a high school education, but had no college. And I realized in the Navy that officers are treated so much better, just lots and lots better. They eat better food, they have better places to sleep, everything is better. So when I got out of the Navy, by then I was older, and Aunt Agnes and her grandma and I were married. The first thing I wanted to do was go to college, because I thought I may have to go back into the service. They may have to call me back, and I wanted to go back as an officer. So that's what got me going to college. And when I wasn't called back, I just kept going to college, kept going, and then finally got one college degree, and that's when I went on Riverside Police Department, and then I kept going, and then I got on the highway patrol, and I placed real high on both lists, and I then went to college and got my bachelor's degree, and then I just kept going for the master's. And So that's about it.
What modern conveniences are you most grateful for, and which are you least grateful for?
Probably a lot of the modern conveniences we have, I would say, a lot of those that are involved with medicine and keeping people healthy and alive, and safer automobiles. The automobiles today are much safer than what they used to be. There's so many modern conveniences, that we have to be grateful for. Computers and stuff like that, although a lot of them, is really not beneficial as much as others are, but computers have improved people's studying and so forth, and have caused people to be more inquisitive rather than going to the encyclopedias and looking it up. You can get on a computer and have the answer in 5 minutes. But some of the other modern conveniences that we have, I don't know about anything I'm not grateful for. I'm usually grateful for all of them, but some of them I think that like the calculators and so forth, they allow to be used in school, and a lot of school kids do not know how to do math the hard way, the long way, the original way. They use calculators, and that I'm against right now.
And
So,
lastly, what do you miss most about the good old days?
what do I miss most?
Yes.
Oh, I would say probably the feeling of being safe. In the old days, you could go anywhere you wanted, and you could walk the streets at night and not be afraid. You could drive anywhere you wanted to drive, and you were safe. You could, you had no fear or anxiety that you were going to be assaulted. Nowadays, you do. People were more friendly. No matter where you went, you'd go into a store, there'd always be people there to help you, and sincerity in wanting to help you, and that's pretty much it. Just general people. The population has grown so fast, so much that, and then of course with population growth, you have crime that goes up in proportion.
All right, thank you very much, because I finished my interview and everything.
Oh, that's it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get an A?
I hope so.
Well, you better let me know if you get an A.
Wouldn't it be nice?